Back to salty fork knife. For every family that doesn't have Tailspire, I can show you one that does. How did I get it? The kids didn't die, they got better. I didn't kickstart it? I don't know. But I want it. Well, like I said, if you look on like Steam and shit, they'll keep, especially if you have it on a wish list, they'll be like, we have a new update. We have improved the lighting system from super sexy to ultra sexy. Oh, what's that? You thought our mapping program was great with 1,000 different possible combinations? Well, we just made it 1 trillion. You'll be buying a seat, but you'll only use the edge. Yeah, but no, they keep giving me updates, and none of the updates are, okay, you can get the game now, or you can get the program. And it's just like, what the shit? But I'm not joking though. Like, it had to stop because of school, but I've been making like legit D&D maps. I've been trying to design my own storied campaign, because I've regaled you guys with fantastic stories of yore. I figured perhaps maybe I too could jump back into the pilot seat and learn how to take off. I don't know where the plane's going though. We'll take off, but I don't know where it's going. But Tailspire would make it really great to play. Like, I could design the map and have the idea of it, and we could dole out the map as needed for handouts and shit like that, or for wikis or anything, like, you know, to keep track of what's going on. And then like the actual, it could be in Tailspire. No game for you, you non-booster. You get nothing. You lose, good sir. I try to snooze them here so I can have the key of the city. You can't blink at me because I can't end now, or else it would be way too short. No, I mean, it can end now. The next movie, I would have to end and not stop the recording. Though, to be fair, I have like completely lost the topic. You guys said Blizzard was on already, right? Might just end early. I've clearly lost the rudder that steers this ship. I blame FedEx. What the fuck were those texts? Whenever it was, I was putting them in Discord as I was getting them. Your delivery has been pushed back to tomorrow. Your delivery has been pushed forward to today. Your delivery is in 40 minutes. Okay, I guess. Boo-doo, 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 boo-doo. I got it on BackerKit. How? I thought BackerKit was the secondary program that got used when Kickstarter was done. Like, you always went to BackerKit to put in your details. You can do things individually through BackerKit? Because all I know is anytime I kickstart anyone, they then send me an email to go to BackerKit and like confirm what choices I'm doing on BackerKit. Oh, it's not one. I'm going to be getting them. This isn't, let me make this clear. This isn't a, you guys help me out and, you know, I'll play the games for you. No, these are games I'm going to be getting regardless as soon as I can. I'm just saying at some point in the upcoming year, I intend to be streaming these. Because I have more games, but I don't think they're all like streamable. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, I might stream. I just feel like that's going to be one of the ones where I break the shit out of it because I do not have faith that they're going to have good math. I saw the latest printings of their rules. They don't have good math in the Vampire World of Darkness games. It's garbage. Evil Genius 2, I just really like that game. Tailspire, that one might not even stream that. That's just, you know, if I actually end up doing D&D or something. This game, I don't even know what it is. I don't know what you are. I don't know what you are. something about a dragon. Hood seemed pretty good. If any of you guys, that one I grabbed from the game awards. It was a class-based team heist game, like Payday 2 it looked like. Payday 2, but in the time of Hood. Near Replicant. This game I'm removing from the wish list entirely. I don't remember what you are. I forget why I have SCP Recontainment on my wish list, but I believe it was because they've redone it in a new engine that is a lot stronger than the old one. Plus it had co-op shit versus AI, I think. It was something weird. This means Warp I might do. That would be like a community game. That is like a multiplayer FTL. Loop Hero seemed interesting. I grabbed that from the Game Awards. I don't know what the fuck you are. Dark Tide again. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. That would be probably a community type thing. Endless Dungeon I will definitely stream. While making fun of the fact that it's not the first in the game. The first of the game was Dungeon of the Endless. I don't know why they're pretending Endless Dungeon, some brand new idea. They've already done this before. Nothing against them doing it. I was entertained by the first one, and I assume I'll be entertained by this one. I just want to point out that they're being weird little uppity people by being like, look at the new thing we did. And it's like, you already did it. You already did it. It's Dungeon of the Endless. It exists. You can buy it right now. The new one does look good though. It's like got a lot better graphics and stuff. Math, they never did. Math worse than Cyberpunk? Oh yeah. No, like, yes. So remember how I said earlier for Cyberpunk 2077 that we discuss a lot about how math is bad, but that's like the outer layer of the like bad gaming onion. And the next layer in is just rule sets or ideas that never work. You know, we mentioned the whelm rule, i.e. don't allow somebody the opportunity to easily put people to sleep. That is always going to backfire. The whelm rule. World of Darkness has a whole lot of math is bad, but like the entirety of the rule set is individually for different things, but equivalent to as bad as the whelm rule. Like things do not make sense at all. There is what? So here's the problem. If you don't know what it is, World of Darkness is a rule set similar to Dungeons and Dragons. Not how the dice rule, just so you understand what I'm talking about. It's like, it's a game. But World of Darkness is a series of books. Like we say Dungeons and Dragons 3.5, or we say Dungeons and Dragons, we have to specify 3.5 for 5th edition. If you have like Pathfinder, you can mix Pathfinder with 3.5. They're not really designed to work together, but they are based upon the same core rules, so they can. When you mix 3.5 and Pathfinder together, you tend to get rules that are more broken than either one can do individually. The problem is World of Darkness, all their books are like this. They have a rule set for werewolves that is a completely different rule set for vampires, but they're designed off the same core game. So one player could theoretically bring to the table a vampire book, another player could bring the werewolf book, and they just supposed to be able to drop in together, even though they have different rules and like different stats for things. Like 90% of it, same stats. That's why they gel. But where they're individually different, like one will do something that's like, how the fuck can you do that? That literally negates half of my shit. What's the point? And vice versa. So they have werewolf, they have vampire, they have wizards, mage, they have demons, they have humans that hunt spooks. I forget what they're called. They have geists, which are dead people that came back to life. They have Frankenstein's monster. I forget what they're called. Proteans. They have this creature that is like an actual sentient manifestation of fear, like which is big example of how badly they fuck up this math. Homunculi. Ooh, Dungeon of the Endless is paired with Endless Space, and Endless Dungeon is paired with Endless Legends? Yes, but Endless Legends in the like lore of Endless Legends is because people crash landed from Endless Space. Like they're all in the same lore set. That's what I'm saying. Like it's really weird. Homunculi, Wraith, Fairies. Did you say Shapeshifters? Yeah, they've got tons. They've got like 12 different plus rule sets that are all supposedly designed to work together. And you guys know, I've said before that the 5th book made, like D&D 5th edition, 3.5, whatever, the 5th book made, I think like maximum 5, will have something in it that is so fundamentally not gonna work correctly with the 1st book that you have made a game-breaking character. Like the maximum you can get if someone's really fucking trying is the 5th book, and they never try. So you get to the 2nd book for most any game. They have like multiple books per rule set, like tens of books per rule set, and there are 12 rule sets that are all supposed to gel together into one campaign. The last time I played this rule set, I forget what it's called, but I played the creature that was a physical manifestation of fear, and there's different types of fears and shit like that. And the fear I went with was, it was like the fear of being hunted. Technically, my spiritual form was like a big shadowy eagle thing. It's like that's the hunted thing of fears, like eagles and birds things. And you can charge yourself in physical form by doing something that's related to your aspect. So for some reason, for like the fear things, the aspect is domination, i.e., I need to force someone to do what I want them to do, and I need them to know I'm forcing them to do it. That's like the human version of being hunted, is to just be a fucking turbo dick and just like slap your ego on everyone. Be like, no, you're doing this. Basically, you have to be like Karen. You have to be a Karen. She would be the perfect thing for this. But the problem came up with, they have one rule, and it takes a few points to put into this rule. But the idea is it's like you're the grandpa rule. So in the lore, these creatures of fear are like the original bad juju. Everything else, vampires, whatever, are some distilled human essence that has corrupted some base fear. Like vampires and werewolves could be descended somehow off of humans misunderstanding like this fear beast that just hunts them in the night. So there's this one power up that was like basically your grandpa, is the idea that you have been around these other creatures for so long that you naturally want to help them, and you get strength from helping them. You've slightly turned your fear into feeding off of the fear they cause, because you recognize that they are derivative of you. Okay, so what does that mean? What it means is, if I see them, if I just physically see them successfully hunting, I can eat too and build up my hunger, essentially. But vampires have a special ability where like they get faster, they can mesmerize, they can turn into bats, they can run, they can be punched through walls and shit. Werewolves have bigger forms and shit like that. The fear beasts create like subspace, like they're Freddy Kruegers. They create subspace and they yank you into it. Now you're in their domain. And as long as it follows a set of rules that they chose at character creation for like what their particular aspect of fear is, they get to control it. So if there's like a fear beast who for some reason does something with drowning, then they can just say, oh, BT dubs. Over 3 turns, I can make my entire domain flood with water. And it just is. So anyone in the domain has 3 turns to get the fuck out or figure out how to like breathe in the water or just start drowning. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. What about the fear beast? They're immune to any of their own effects. Okay, so, but here's the thing though. you can choose who your friends are. You can choose who you're hunting. So my buddies of mine were playing like vampires and shit. So what I would do is I'd be like, oh, okay, he hates that person. Oh, okay, I'm gonna grab both of them into my domain. And I'm gonna burn a lot of points. I'm gonna burn a lot of my fucking hunger juice, like racking up all of my crap. It was like my domain was like, it looked like a really tall fucking tower, and you could like never really get to the bottom of it. And like all the doors were like locked or unlocked randomly. I set up to be a fucking maze, basically, with the idea. And then I would blare out over the speakers, like, where do you think you're going? Why would you think you could go that way, moron? Before like they snap due to fear, and then you're supposed to be able to feed off of them. Well, I would just suck them and the vampire in and then turn off the maze aspect for the vampire. So the vampire and his target are now in subspace, so no one can tell where the hell they are. So no one can possibly save him. Like nobody can fucking save him at all. The vampire knows exactly where the dude is, so he just chases him down and kills him without fear, because the vampire normally is like, oh, is someone gonna catch me? But because he's in my domain, he literally has no fear. No one can possibly catch him. So the vampire then kills the guy. Because the vampire's killing him, I get to feed. If I see him feed, I get all my food back. So I just get to be turbocharged, and the vampire has nothing to worry about. But there's supposed to be a thing. There's supposed to be a hero. Whenever there's a fear beast running around, it naturally imbues a regular human with the power of a hero. There's a hero to every story, after all. And the hero, the more you use your power, the more he'll be able to home in on you, and he levels up the more you hunt. Eventually being able to pop into your domain so he can try to hunt you down and kill you. And you'll be able to defeat him, you know, if you roll well and shit like that. But then the cycle will just start again. So you slowly build up your own bosses. As soon as I started having a hero, it's like, oh, the hero is resistant to your abilities. Okay, vampire that I keep fucking turbocharging, because the more he feeds, the stronger he gets. I go, vampire, hey, I've been powering you up. See that man? Yeah, go fucking kill him. And the vampire killed him. My one fucking weakness nullified, because I was like, hey, that dude over there really wants to fucking kill me. You want me to keep giving you food with like no fucking risk? Yeah? All right, go kill him. Kill him for me. Thank you. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the rules don't gel well. Like, I have an issue I have to deal with, and vampires have an issue they have to deal with. Put me with a vampire, suddenly neither of us have a problem. And it's like, don't get me wrong, it's like, oh, that's a good sign of teamwork, but like, that's the core aspect of the game. If a dude can't fight off the vampire, like, I could grab other vampires and shit. Like, I could just do crazy shit and fuck up the vampire. Like, oh, this vampire's one from the family fucking turd nugget McJackass. They run super fucking fast. Doesn't matter how fast he fucking runs if I have him running in circles. Doesn't matter. He's not going anywhere. Oh, he jumped out a window. He jumped out of a window and jumped into a window on the other side. Like, literally, it was a maze. You could not get the fuck out. I didn't do any like the environmental damage shit. I put all my points into, you were so fucking confused and you cannot get out, because I knew that I was immune and I can make my friend immune. So I was like, all right, there you go. Vampire, kill him. Oh, what's that? The local head chapter of this counter vampire family's doing the one thing, blah, 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 blah. And here you go. I would just create arenas. I would create lopsided arenas so that fucking vampire player could go kill someone else. That would make me stronger. He would get stronger. And at some point I'd be like, a hero is born. I'd be like, ooh, who looks like they're on to me? That man looks like he might be onto you. Ooh, a vampire. That man, you should kill him. And what makes it worse is, in the vampire thing, the idea is the stronger an enemy you kill, the stronger you become. The more pure their power level is, the more you gain experience and level up. So the longer I held off on killing my hero, the stronger the vampire got when he killed him. Because the hero's powers are only counter to me. Like, all of his powers are about turning my shit off. So it's like human versus a human fight, and like my human form is very weak. That's what it's supposed to come down to, is like the fear has to face its own fear. So like my hero will be very good at hunting me down. and then all my powers would get deactivated and shit. And then it's like me as like a weird skinny nerd having to outrun like fucking, I don't know, fucking superhero, Superman or some crap. But Superman's only got Superman powers versus me. He's just a regular human versus a vampire. So what's the point? Yeah, domain expansion. Recommend listening to back to this archive. There's a character that does that. What about fur nuggets? Are we discussing something lewd again? Put them on the treadmill. When do these fear rules come out? They're in the latest version. I think it's the latest version anyways. But I played that like 4 years ago. 5? I think I was still in the military at the time. It was one of the times I was off on break. I forget what the creature's name is. It's if I look it up, I can tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on. World of Darkness books. World of Darkness. Paradox Interactive. Prior to 2015. So is it the 2015 one or not? No, looks like they have a new book. Oh. I think it was under Onyx Path Publishing. Oh my God, what were the different rules called? World of Darkness. Different races? Thank you. Hold on. I'm waiting for it to load. Off of what this is saying on Wiki, Werewolf the Apocalypse. This might be the older version, so this isn't the newer one. Werewolf the Apocalypse were werewolves. Wraith the Oblivion were ghosts. Mage the Ascension were mages. Changeling the Dreaming were changelings or fairies. Hunter the Reckoning was witch hunters or just hunters. Demon the Fallen was demons. Mummy the Resurrection were mummies. And Orpheus was ghosts and spirits. The new version had vampire, werewolf, mage, Promethean, changeling, and hunter. And there's a different one. There's like fucking like 4 more it didn't even mention. Oh my God, I don't remember what the fucking thing was called. Question about World of Darkness races. Yeah, what are the new ones? The problem is they've had like 3 versions, but unlike D&D, they don't say this is 3.5 or this is 4th edition. They're like, this is World of Darkness. This is new World of Darkness. This is revised World of Darkness. But they release books continuously. So there will be a book at the end of New World of Darkness that's technically allowed in revised Rule of Darkness. Like it's like generations. At some point, you're just supposed to be in the new set of rules. So it's a fucking pain to figure out what the hell anything is. I don't care about your video games. Sin eaters eat sins, mummies, demons. What the fuck was the other thing? The thing for fear monsters. Mages, werewolves, 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 werewolves. What the fuck was the fear monster? World of Darkness. Creature of fear? I'm not gonna find it right now. I swear to God, though. The problem is they all have weird names, like it's Promethean, things like that. It's like fucking Vampire the Masquerade, Promethean the Created, fucking Fear Bitch the Terrifying. I don't remember what it's called. New World of Darkness races. It's not changeling. There's one that they're missing out on. Why is it so fucking hard for you to just tell me the fucking books? Chronicles of Darkness. Oh my God. World of Darkness, World of Darkness, World of Darkness, World of Darkness, World of Darkness. Monty Cook made rule books for this to tell you, to give you an idea from our earlier conversation. Monty Cook works in World of Darkness occasionally. So, you know, be aware of that. Immortals, Slasher, Book of the Dead. Why the fuck is it so hard? The God Machine Chronicles. I don't care about the fucking God Machine. I want to see the list of races. All playable races in World of Darkness. No, stop bringing me to that fucking encyclopedia. That encyclopedia is not correct. There's like fucking at least 4 or 5 more it's leaving out. Oh, I have an idea. World of Darkness support race. This is actually making me annoyed. I don't care about World of Darkness. Please just list. Oh. Oh, because we traded for everything. I forgot about it. We traded for everything, which meant we probably got a bunch of animals. We'll take off the non-grazing. We'll take off the currently pastured. They're good. It's gonna take it a second. Original setting, the Unwraith, Changeling, Hunter, Demon, Orpheus, Kindred, Mummy. I don't care about the Wild West versions. I don't care about your theme years. The problem is the thing switched companies like halfway through, and I think that's what's throwing me off. Principal games: Werewolf, Mage, Vampire, Promethean, Changeling, Hunter, Geist, Mummy, Demon, Beast. Beast the Primordial. Thank you. You're literally just called Beast. Beast the Primordial is one of the newer games that come out for the new World of Darkness. They're probably one of the most scorned on /TG. You are a beast, a living embodiment of humanity's deepest and darkest fears, driven by an inescapable need to sate your hunger, a manifestation of fear. You may be driven by the urge to ruin or dominate, but you cannot help but feed. Of course, where a beast lurks, heroes inevitably arise, driven to slay the thing that lurks in the dark. Beast the Primordial. That is what it is called. The animals are fine. But that is the fear monster. It was released in 2016 by White Wolf / Onyx Path. But so the idea was, though, again, you are a human, but there is the beast in you. Like Vampire, the rule set for Vampire was like, oh, can you live in modern day society without giving in to the temptations of sin? If you try too many times, you might become mindless. You might become nothing more than a blood-hungry beast that rampages through the night, needing to be put down like the dog you are. Like, you have to try to balance your humanity. And it's really hard to get your humanity up and very easy for your humanity to go down as a vampire. It's like the whole internal struggle is trying to stay human. In Beast, who gives a fuck? Your hunger, because that's what it is. You don't have humanity, you have hunger. Your hunger goes up, your hunger goes down. Your hunger goes up, your hunger goes down. If your hunger hits the bottom, your beast is fucking starving. And if he's starving, when you go to sleep, he'll somehow murder someone. and it'll be so fucking bad, it'll immediately do the check and make a hero appear. Like, he will go on a rampage, and everyone for miles will have nightmares. Raina Fox, thank you so much for the raid. We are half ignoring Dwarf Fortress, admittedly. We are actually nearing the end of our stream. Hi. And I am in a discussion about how the World of Darkness rules don't quite understand math and or logic. Not saying they're not fun to play. I do love playing as them, but in particular, our example for this story is we are referencing a rule set, excuse me, I apologize, a rule set called Beast the Primordial, whereas you are just supposed to be fear incarnate, or at the very least you have fear. See, vampires and the werewolves and every other one's, like, they are in fact powerful. They have the body of it, but you don't have the body of a beast. You are essentially one with the beast, like your soul is the beast, but you are yourself just a human. So because you are not physically corrupt, like say a vampire or a werewolf, you don't have to worry too much about the same stats they do. Vampires need to worry about humanity, but a beast just needs to worry about hunger. The hungrier your beast gets, the stronger your powers, because the beast wants to feed. So the faster you fucking burn them, the stronger your powers are. But if your beast gets to starving, then it's gonna go on a rampage out of your control, and people for tens and hundreds of miles are gonna wake up in a cold sweat, and everyone's gonna have the same nightmare of this thing hunting them in the dark and shit like that, and that'll make a hero arise and kill you. Conversely, the more you're able to feed, the more the beast is satiated, the weaker you are, because the beast isn't needing to eat. It's basically like playing an RPG where you're doing Dwarf Fortress. You have access to the powers, but it's based upon what the beast will give you. So it's based upon his hunger. So if he is completely full, you're a fucking human. Like, you are just a human. That's it. You have to wait for his hunger to finally tick down so you can do shit. It's your very weakest point. Like, your beast goes on a rampage, he overeats, you've woken up a hero and you roll too high for his feeding, now he's completely satiated. You're a human with a hero after you. So like I said, that was the big thing I had to deal with, except for I just fucking put points in the thing that said I get to work with a vampire. Suck it. I would use all my points to fucking drag whoever the fuck I wanted into subspace. The vampire player would fucking kill him, and then I'd be like, oh look, he just ate. I got to eat off the fear of the guy being eaten, and that would feed my fucking beast back, so I would be near capped out. So I would be a little weak technically, but I would be able to use powers, and if I turbo did all the powers for maximum dice roll, I would go to fucking starving, like immediately, just full tilt, get this guy into the fucking thing, and then just eat back up to full again because the vampire player killed him. Like I said, like the entire concept of the rule set goes out the fucking window because of one rule. And even if you take that away, it's not like you can't do it other ways. It really isn't. Their rules do not gel well. So they're doing a video game. They are doing a World of Darkness video game, and I am probably at some point going to stream it, but I am not going to take it seriously. It is not going to be a, ooh, darkness takes. No, I fully anticipate that the game is going to have broke as fuck math, and it is going to be fun to just absolutely demolish that game's rule set. I don't know what it's doing. I have nothing to base it off of right now, but I do know off of my experience with the pen and paper games that they have no clue how to math. And if they want the video game to be faithful to the fucking pen and paper game, they're gonna have to follow that pen and paper game all the way into the pits of non-fucking making sense. By the way, sorry, I was halfway in that. Thank you so much for raiding, Raina Fox. I believe I saw you earlier. Shout out. Raina Fox. You'll get the whole seat, but you only need the edge. Stardew Valley. Were you having a good time farming with the new expansions Sadness, I was looking forward to watching, but fair enough. I didn't realize you've been live almost 8 hours. Yes, I stream every Saturday from 4 Eastern to midnight. So technically, this is the end of my time. Just to recap, though, for everyone who came in, we are doing a Mott and Bailey system, and this is the top level of the hill that I'm trying to cover. When I get that covered, I'll be able to build a castle on it, and we'll be able to be good from there. But God, is that such a big square. Yeah, the new update was fucking a massive update. They had these Stardew Valley, like, revisited, enhanced, whatever the hell that one mod was. It was a major overhaul mod for Stardew Valley. This new expansion basically rivals it in size, which is fucking crazy. But also secondarily to that is, if you look at the patch notes, the update was done in conjunction with the programmer behind Smappy, which is the Stardew mod API, which is the API everyone tends to have to use if they want to mod Stardew. So, and a couple of modders too. That's why it was so big, is basically, I'm forgetting his name right now. I just know I click on his face, he goes, eh, when you launch the game. He basically worked with the mods, with modders, to make this massive overhaul for Stardew Valley. But the big thing that I like about that is if the dude behind Smappy was in on the programming, it probably means that they got code in to make modding even easier. Because like the dude's whole modding career, or not his whole modding career, but his big thing with Stardew Valley is just making code to make Stardew Valley be modded. So if he was in on the Stardew Valley side of things making code, there's probably code in there on Stardew Valley's side to make the mod be able to hook into Stardew Valley better, at least be more stable when it does so. So I have not yet done the expansion. I'm really excited about the expansion. However, I'm definitely really excited to see what type of mods can come out now, because I feel like it should be a lot easier for Smappy to work. That's gonna look so bad in 3D render. What? Are you talking about this? Oh yeah, this is true. Hold on, we are near the end of the stream, so I will save it, and we will see what it looks like in Armok Vision. That's not wood. Oh fuck, you made me touch it to see. Don't make me touch it. There's not a wooden section. You're seeing the level below it. Don't touch it. No, why did you touch? That's not wood. This isn't wood. None of this is wood. You're insane. That's the floor below. You're just seeing multiple Z levels. All right, let's get Armok up in here. Made with Unity. But yeah, no, if you do World of Darkness rule sets, I would direct your attention to Beast of Primordial. I mean, as the random link I was reading even says, 4chan/TG, which I think is Traditional Games, hates it, which lets you know it's good. Now the wood is definitely bad. That's why I switched over to this is why I started switching over to using stone, because the wood was just so bad. Because it all looks like one color in Dwarf Fortress, but in Armok it looks like not. So this is a Bailey, a 3-level high wall with a ledge on either side to prevent enemies climbing in and allies climbing out. It can be secured, except for, of course, the air. This in the historical castle design would have been where the stables are. We're going to use it to put the military dwarves. This is the little trading depot. It's like a little armored bunker. We sort of close on top, and let me pause the game. What did I just do? This one should be shadows. Little armored bunker for a trade depot. We're storing all the clothes we're making, and we have thousands of clothes there. But above a Bailey is a Mont, which is a big hill with a castle on it overlooking the Bailey for security purposes. Like I said, it was like semi-proto castles, like one of the first historical castle designs. They quickly got overtaken by better castles. So this is the last Z level we're doing because it is now officially above the castle walls, or the city walls, so to speak. So the castle we build on this will be able to overlook it. Not that it'd be able to do much. We're not going to catapult into our own base, so that would be fucking funny. This has been taking the most amount of our time, is because we were on a flat map. So we've been having to slowly over multiple streams just fill in Z layer after Z layer with artificial material so that we could build up 5 levels of an artificial hill so that we can finally start building a fucking castle. We also have lots of things below too. We've been building lots of bases below. By the way, we're on top of 4 brooks, so we've been doing crazy shit with them. We are draining water from the brook into this water path, splitting off some of the pressure here to power the water wheels so it powers itself, and then the rest of it gets down here before the pressure is destroyed again to create a waterfall that at no single point is the water deep enough to cause dwarves negative thoughts or anything. And the dwarves are set with a high travel path through the middle here. So they walk through the water, they get cleaned, they're constantly walking in and out of waterfalls. You'll notice we actually have a lot more happy dwarves than we do angry dwarves. So this has been kind of doing things. In the southwestern corner, we have a little hut of immortality because we had a vampire. And what we decided to do was to make the vampire be our Baron. And then we put her in here. She's also our manager and our bookkeeper. This is her study, so she can be the manager and bookkeeper. We locked her in. And the corner she's in now, we also designated as a little tiny temple so she can pray to her god. No joke, that was enough to keep her happy. She's the happiest dwarf we have in the entire base. Not even lying. We have a rather large farm area. We had to turn off the right farm because it was making too many plants. Our clothing industry, we've had a clothing like cat explosion. It's just awful. Down below, we have a couple of tunnels that go between the 2 bases. This is the short tunnel. This is a long tunnel. They technically reach different parts of it, but either one could be used to get back and forth. This is just the drain for the water wheel. We, in the northwestern corner, we built a dormitory that's not a dormitory, a temple, a storage room, and the bar/tavern. Then we have everyone's suites. A suite in my game is 2 3x3 rooms, one of which is a bedroom, one of which is the office. So any viewer who requests a suite for their dwarf with the little channel points, that's what they get. We've been mining up tons of stone for the chalk to fill up the area up above. And then we have to actually go southeast to where we continue. You can see the waterfall. We drain the water off the map, so it goes down quite a lot of levels. We had to go all the way down here where we started running into caverns. Actually, what was up above? No, up above was the 4 temples or the 4 guilds. This is the dorm, temple, storage room, bar. Further down, when you avoid the cavern layers, because they just keep going. We're on a flat map. It's only 30 Z levels between ground level and the bottom of the map. So yay, everything is just gigantic caves with tons of water and lava everywhere because yay for us. And down below, wherever it is, there we go. We have our magma forge where we have been bringing down chalk and iron to make steel. We've outfitted our military dwarves so far with a full steel set. We have 1 complete squad equipped. We're working on the 2nd squad. We have Armok's beard. We just haven't used it yet. It's also kind of unnecessary due to the strength. These are the barracks, and you can see lots of weapons, and they each of our squad 1's military dwarves has 2 war-trained dogs assigned to them. And every single one of them has been training damn near non-stop. If we look under squad, do a read, collapse them all. Squad 1 is basically legendary or almost legendary in every single combat skill. And some of them are just so beyond legendary, it's ridiculous. That's right, Hellfire Skyrim is level 80 in discipline. The game technically only goes to level 20 as far as I'm aware, but if you were to actually calculate the raw experience he's gained, he's level 80 in discipline. And they are all massively level 85 in hammers. Discipline fighter, level 103. Literally anything that comes by, we wreck them. We had a Minotaur attack us earlier, and Dave Annoyed of our hunters, our Marks Dwarves, is so trained that he was in melee with the Minotaur, constantly dodged him, and was actually doing ranged attacks in melee and obliterated the Minotaur by himself. I think without armor, because my steel armor is worn by the melee dude. So he literally, like, he would just dodge 3 of the Minotaur's attacks and then like plink and just shoot him with a steel crossbow, shooting an iron bolt into its kneecap, and he would just like spin the Minotaur around and knock him down. He did like 3 shots. He went knee, if I remember correctly, he went kneecap, kneecap, stomach shot, stomach to start throwing up, kneecap to drop him to the ground, and then he headshot him and just fucking killed him. So like even our ranged dwarves are getting so trained in discipline and dodging and shit that they actually fight ranged in melee, which is the funniest shit. That's where we are. Unfortunately, this is the end of the stream, which is why I'm doing all this as a heroic tale, because there's not much right now to be seeing. We're gonna close our mock vision. We just saved, so I don't have to worry about that. That's some Matrix level. Yo, is it still there? It was some of the funniest shit. It might have been so long ago though, we might not have it anymore. Minotaur. Even the War Dog spar. I didn't know the War Dogs got to train in fighting. Holy shit, the War Dogs spar. That's amazing. Yes. Is there a Minotaur? Mine King. Military Hammer, Forgotten Beast, Mine King. I'm not seeing the Minotaur anymore, and I don't remember where that was. It might be gone forever, never to be seen again. Of course, at this point, it all is just gonna say nothing recent, so it's not gonna tell us anyways. Oh well. Who needs a danger when you have those guys? This is true. They just spend their days trading off who's active duty, and by active I mean they literally just train day in and day out, day in and day out. This is for the melee dwarves. This is for the ranged. And this is for the second squad of melee dwarves who've been training up. Kind of. There's only like 3 or 4 in that squad. Have a good evening to Chulu. I think you've already left. Yes. Also on Monday, I'm trying to set up a community Hearts of Iron 4 game. If any of you are interested, you can hop by our Discord. That should be amazeballs. Yours can ask the gods to do things and they do it. No need for range combat to work as levels. Some Matrix levels. See y'all. Can we check the stats on the War Dogs? I don't think so. I think even if I change the settings, it won't let me read the animals, will it? Like I know babies, but I don't think I can see animals. Wait, unless I click animals. Aha. War Dog. Profession, adult. Cannot be slaughtered. Strength, very weak. Yeah, they don't show their stats, or I mean, they show their stats, but they don't show like discipline or anything for them. Sorry, this is what we have. I do know this one's very tough, as is this one, but this one's weak. It doesn't matter though. Essentially, the War Dogs are just there to be meat shields for the melee, but it's not like the melee is ever going to be in danger anyway, so it doesn't matter. Sad. Sorry, we don't have like actual training levels for the war dogs. All right, so we're gonna let me mute him. We're gonna raid the formal as we're wont to do. He is doing XCOM 2. So when we show up, I want everyone to put in full caps. Our marks dwarves actually shoot ranged. Can you? Or do you? Our guys can fire ranged weapons. Can yours? There you go. So I'm gonna give you guys a second to try to get that in chat. Someone copy it or whatever. Our guys fire ranged. Can yours? Let me set up the raid. There we go. You're close. It's O-U-R. Yeah, there we go. Steven's got it. Control C, Control V. Yep, okay. Thank you all so much for watching. For those of you on the YouTube archive, catch you guys next time.